Right, let's have a drink. Oh, that's better. Why am I so nervous? Like, can it just calm down? Hang on, is that straight? Oh God, it's been so long since I've actually sat down to film something. Okay, I think it's straight. We'll see. I hope so, otherwise this entire video is going to be wonky, but hey ho. How do I actually like start a video again? What did I used to say? Oh God, am I actually going to have to look at a video to see how I start them off? It's been way too long. And the dog's also barking in the background, so great job, Theo. Thanks for chipping in, mate. Right, I better start, otherwise I'm going to be sat here like all day. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So, it's been a hot minute since I uploaded anything, and the last two videos that I have actually uploaded, I filmed a long time ago. I think one of them I filmed in April and one of them was in May, I think. I can't really remember, but I just posted them because I actually got around to editing them. Like, woohoo! It's been a long time, and you may have noticed, or you may not have noticed, I took an absence, had a bit of a break. I was off YouTube for a few months. I kind of just lost the drive for it a bit, lost my mojo, and now I feel ready to actually film again, and I found a bit of mojo with editing again, and I thought it's been a hot minute, a lot's happened in the last 3 months, so I thought a long overdue life update video would be the best way for me to get myself back into this and just to let you all know what's been happening off camera that I haven't necessarily talked about. Yeah, there's some rather big things that have happened, and because I haven't been on YouTube, then like no one has actually seen them. If you've been following me on Instagram, because I've still been on Instagram, I've been really focusing on that, and it's actually kind of gone a bit mental over there. Like, we just hit 7,000 followers over there, so I've been over there a lot. And if any of you follow me over there, then you might know about a couple of things that are going to be in this video, but there is one big update and change that I haven't said on Instagram, and I definitely haven't said on here. So I'm essentially making this video to let you all know what's going on, what is going to happen in the near future in my life, because this is the easiest way for me to tell everybody at the same time, because I can just upload the video and then it's out there and it's off my chest and everyone can find out at the same time, instead of me having to like put it on stories and it only lasting 24 hours. But yeah, this is essentially a long overdue life update, so get yourself a drink, because I don't know how long this is going to take, but I'm just going to catch you up on some things that have happened and that are happening and are going to happen. And yeah, it's a different video today. It's not a haul, but I feel like I need to do this and I want to do this. So yeah, life update, here we go. Okay, so the first thing that has changed, like the first update, you may have heard me saying in those little outtakey things at the front about something called Theo, and basically we got a dog. I'm not going to talk about it too much in this video because I do want to do a whole separate video of, like, you know, I got a puppy, meet my puppy type thing. But yeah, we got a dog, and if you've known me for a while, you will know that I have always wanted a dog. Whenever there's a family dog around, I just never leave them alone. And yeah, Theo joined us in July, and yeah, he is just a ball of fluff. He's such a happy little bean, and yeah, he's completed my life. He just means the world to me, and my family finally feels complete now that I have a puppy, and I love him so much, and he just means the world to me. I just can't describe it to you. Like, the bond that I have and the love I have for him is just so immense that it's like, can't give any more. Like, I just love him, even if he does pee on the carpet. Yeah, so that's the first big thing. So I haven't really had the time to do videos to sit down and edit them and to film them. That's been the hardest thing, because obviously because he's a puppy, he takes up a lot of time, because I have to, like, you know, look after him and train him, and like for the first like month I couldn't really leave him, like, and even some of my friends, like, I struggled to go out and actually see friends, because, like, you know, he was always like pining after me and following me around. I think he does know now that, like, I'm his like human mom. The thing is, we got a puppy, so that's the first update. I am going to try and do a video with him soon, so you can see him on camera and answer some questions and just tell you a bit about him and how it all came about, because there is a bit of a funny story to go with that. So if you've got any questions about my puppy, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I will try and include them in that video in due course. So that's the first thing. So yeah, I got a puppy. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Okay, so the second thing, I don't know how else to say it, that's happened is probably the most shocking and hardest thing that's happened in the last few months, really. If you've been following me on Instagram, it was about 4 or 5 weeks ago now that I shared this and went public with it, because it is going to change how active I am online for very, very many reasons. Okay, so yeah, if you're following me on Instagram, you might know what I'm about to talk about, and I'm just gonna say, like, a trigger warning, kind of, because it is kind of like a sensitive subject to do with illness and like terminal illness, grief, death, that kind of thing. So if that kind of thing upsets you, you might want to skip ahead. I'm just going to put that there now. So if that kind of thing upsets you or triggers you, please feel free to skip ahead. So basically, just over a month ago, it was the end of July, and my nan and granddad came over to my house. Everything was fine. It's all so bizarre looking back on it now, and my granddad just seemed off. Like, he just seemed really like withdrawn and like a bit quiet, and that's not like him. Like, normally he's the center of attention, telling jokes, making everybody laugh, being a bit of a clown, but that's just the Irish man in him. We just know, I don't know, it just felt like something was off. And then as they were going to go, he nearly fell, nearly had a fall, and he's had mobility issues for a while because he's in his 80s now. And then that night, we got a phone call off my cousin to say that he'd been taken to hospital. Now, obviously with the pandemic and everything going on, you can't go and see anybody in hospital. There's so many rules, it's so confusing. But anyway, we couldn't go and see him, so he was in hospital by himself. And basically, yeah, he got taken to hospital, and they were doing like blood tests and all that kind of thing. And there was some abnormalities that came back. He did some x-rays and CT scans, and some shadows were found on the scans. And I still find it really hard to talk about it, but basically the scans showed up some shadows, and those shadows were tumours. And we've got the devastating news that he's got cancer, and it's terminal. They can't do anything for it. So it's just a matter of time as to how long we've got left with him before we lose him. And yeah, so the primary site is in his bowel and the colon area, and then there was also a tumour on his lung, so that was a secondary. And then the blood showed an abnormality in the liver as well. So he's got it in 3 places. It's terminal, and yeah, so we're going to lose him, but we don't know when. And dealing with that and trying to understand it has probably been the hardest thing I've ever had to face. I just can't tell you. I mean, I'm sat here streaming my eyes out right now. When we first found out, I was just so messed up. I just kept crying. I hated the world. I was like, why him? It feels so unfair, which I guess is a normal reaction to something like this. So dealing with that has been so unimaginably heartbreaking and painful. And I did share it on my Instagram stories not long after we found out, because I was thinking, well, I'm not really going to want to be on my phone. I just want to be with my family right now, because I want to spend as much time as I can with them, and I don't want to be glued to my phone and stressing about content and schedules and hashtags and all the rest of it that any other creators out there, you will understand what I mean by that. And I thought, I don't need it. I just need to be with my family now, and they need me and I need them. So that's another reason why I haven't been active, because I just haven't wanted to be. I haven't really been myself since I found out about it. Trying to comprehend a world without my granddad in it just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. And like, another reason that it felt unfair was that he's already we nearly lost him once already when I was a baby. So we've always counted ourselves lucky that we've had him around to now, because I might have never have known him. So that's another big thing. So I've been trying to spend as much time with him as I can, because they don't live where I live. They live about 45 minutes away. So I've been driving up there on my own sometimes as well. But we've all been going up, taking the dog with us. We've all been going up there as many times a week as we possibly can, because obviously, like, Mum's still working, we've got the dog to think about, and then I'm going to be back at uni soon. So we've just been trying to do it as much as we can, just whenever we can, as much as we can really. So normally we've been going up 2-3 times a week, just to go and see him. That has been a massive shock. We weren't expecting this. I mean, you can never expect this, and it's always a shock, but it did come out of nowhere. And if it wasn't for that hospital admission at the end of July, then we might still never know, to be honest. But we think now that he may have had the signs during lockdown, but obviously GP surgeries weren't letting anybody in, and we couldn't see them because we were all under stay-at-home orders, so we didn't like realise, or we couldn't see the signs ourselves, which just makes it even more heartbreaking, because if it wasn't for lockdown, we might have been able to have seen that he didn't look well, maybe back in April, or May maybe. We might have been able to realise it sooner and get something done before it was too late. But it is what it is, and I'm trying to accept it, and now it's just a case of making memories and spending as much time with him as I possibly can, and just helping my nan out as well, because it's very stressful for her trying to look after him. So that's why we're all going up there and chipping in where we can. But yeah, I'm sorry this has been like a long clip, but it's a big shock, and this will change my online presence in some way, because if things deteriorate, then I might not be online at all. If I'm feeling how I have been feeling lately, I'm not going to want to film anything. I just won't be in the mood. I just haven't felt like it at all. But at the same time, this online community that I have now, it feels like a family, and when you get news, whether it's good or bad or horrible or amazing, you share that with your family. And like, to me, it wouldn't feel right if I just dropped off the grid entirely without there being some kind of reason behind it. I don't know if that's my anxiety disorder talking there, but that's just how I feel. Like, if I just disappeared for like weeks at a time for whatever, like, and there was no reason, no doubt because you guys are so sweet, you'd be like, what's happened? Like, are you okay? So like, what's going on? So I feel like if I put this out there, then you kind of know in advance that this is going on behind the scenes in my personal life off camera, and just like you're aware of it then. So if I do disappear, or if I do go another month or 2 with no videos, then that's why, because that's just what's going on off camera. On my channel, I only ever really do haul videos, and like, me posting haul videos doesn't show at all what's actually going on in like my personal life, like offline. But I just feel like if you know in advance that that's going on behind the scenes, then you're just aware of it, and that just makes me feel better, and it's just one less stress to worry about. So yeah, that's been going on for about 5 weeks now. I've I'm getting better at coming to terms with it. The first couple of weeks were just horrendous. But I'm getting a bit better with it now, and I'm, you know, try and spend as much time with him as I can, and do as much for them as I'm able to. So yeah, that's been a huge shock to deal with. And yeah, I know I've cried a lot, but I do feel better now that it's out there and you guys all know what's going on. Sorry if that upset you as well. Like, I would hate to think that that upset anyone, but that's just what is going on in my life right now, and it is upsetting and it is shocking. It's just what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, if you stayed and heard all that, then I appreciate you so much and thank you. I don't want any sympathy or anything like that. I'm literally just telling you just for an awareness thing. It has like played a part and come into the fact that I haven't been online as much. I don't really know what else to say. This is a life update video, and that is a huge update as to what is happening in my life. So the third and final update that I've got for you for this little life update catch up video is to do with uni. If you've been following me for the last maybe year and a bit, you'll know that I literally cannot stand university. Like, I cannot wait to get out of there. The whole academia environment I just find incredibly toxic. It does nothing for my mental health. It's made my anxiety so much worse, like to the point where I had to go and get medication. I hate uni. I just find it toxic. I didn't really fit in there, mainly because I don't know if this is a good enough reason, but I did commute for second year and that didn't help the situation. Everyone else lived in, and I was the only commute student in the French side of things. Yeah, I should probably say that already. If you are new around here and don't know, because lol, I haven't been at uni since like March the 11th, I think was my last day there. I study French and Spanish at degree level. I did a Bachelor of Science at Aston University in Birmingham. So I do a French and Spanish degree, and yeah, I basically cannot stand it. When I applied for it, I genuinely loved the subject, but my degree has just completely put me off it. It's driven me away from it. And it's now just a burden rather than a passion, which is a shame, I know, but it's kind of just how it's panned out. I didn't anticipate this being my university experience at all when I first started, but it's just the way it's panned out. As much as I try to enjoy it, I just can't. Like, this environment just doesn't suit me. I was on a 4-year Bachelor of Science degree in French and Spanish, and this upcoming academic year was supposed to be my year abroad, which did become a bit of a subject in the house. But at the end of the day, I picked the course because I thought a year abroad would be a really good experience. I'd get to go to France for 6 months and Spain for 6 months. But obviously lockdown happened. Travel restrictions, the quarantine list, as some of you may be aware if it's caught you out. Because it's just so unpredictable. So my year abroad got cancelled, inevitably. We knew it was coming. It was just a matter of when the university were going to send the email to say it's not happening. And we'd kind of been toying with the idea. I've been talking about it with my mum and dad. And we were like, if they're going to cancel it, like, what are you actually going to do? Because at the end of the day, the substitute options for the year abroad, they were still going to expect me to pay my tuition fees for that year as if I was going to get a year abroad like I was promised when I accepted the course. It's all a bit confusing. Basically, the main options that were promised to me were study abroad but online, and then doing a work placement online. So I'd basically be sat in my room with this, doing a placement, and to me that just made absolutely no sense. It's not a year abroad, and the university just couldn't grasp that at all. So I was like, well, can I go to the final year? And they said, well, no, because it'll set a precedent. Now, they were basically thinking if they let one person do it, they'll have to let everyone do it. But it's come down to the fact that I am leaving my university, basically. This has been going on for months. I first sent the email in June to another university. I actually applied to this uni I'm going to now, which I'll tell you in a minute. I applied to them in 2018 when I was doing my UCAS applications. Any of the students out there, you'll know what I'm talking about with that. And This university actually offered me an unconditional place at the time. I think I put it as my insurance choice in case anything went wrong. I put it as my second choice, just in case. But I ended up not going there. I ended up going to the one in Birmingham, as you know. So I managed to find an email for that uni, thanks to my dad, because he was just an ultimate detective and really helped me out with this, and I would have been lost without him. And I emailed that university and said that my year abroad's been cancelled due to the current pandemic, XYZ. Could I possibly transfer to the third and final year of your course in French and Spanish that I applied for a few years ago? I have enough credits for it, whatever, like, would it be possible? And fortunately, they have been so flexible with me and really helpful, and they've actually said that I can transfer. So I am transferring from my uni in Birmingham and I'm going to York St John University now. So it's a bit of a way away, up in York, so it's about 2.5 hours away by train, 3 hours if you add in the time it takes for me to get to Birmingham from my house. So yeah, so I'm transferring up there. So that has been so stressful because I had to wait for my grades to come out, which took the piss. I am not kidding. It was nearly August by the time I got my grades. It took so long. I was literally getting so frustrated. So as soon as I got my grades, I sent them up to York and said, I've passed second year and first year. Like, does this like meet the requirements? And they said yes. I actually did my online enrollment for my new uni yesterday as I'm filming this video. I also did my student finance application, which was really simple to change the institution and the course, thank God. I was thinking this is going to take ages, but it was actually okay. So yeah, that's my other bit of news. I am leaving my uni in Birmingham and I am transferring to a new university in York, and honestly I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to the new start. Because of coronavirus, not everything's on campus, so some of it is on site, some of it is online. So I've only got to be there for a couple of days a week. I think it's 2 days, but it's there's a bit of a gap, so I'm going to be in York for 2 nights a week, we think, for the autumn term. And yeah, I'm going up there. I'm going to join the third year of a French and Spanish course. So it's basically a like-for-like swap, except this one is a Bachelor of Arts, whereas my other one was a Bachelor of Science. I don't really get the difference, but I guess I'll find out when I start it if there is a difference in the type of content that I have to learn about and stuff. It feels like a new start. I can start again. No one knows me there, and I can just go in with absolutely no expectations and just try and make the best of it, because the first 2 years of my uni experience have honestly been a bit shit. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm just going to say it as it is. I'm not afraid to talk about it. It's been horrible. So I'm hoping that with this new start, going to a new uni, I might be able to have 1 year that is somewhat good. I'm not expecting anything. I'm going in completely with an open mind and with no expectations, and whatever happens happens. But at the end of the day, it means that by this time next year, all being well, I will be a graduate and I will be done with education for good, which I cannot tell you how exciting that is for me. I'm so done with it now. Like, I've had enough. Like, most people would be gutted to transfer somewhere else because of, like, you know, missing friends and whatever, but as I didn't really have any, like I've said before, I felt like I didn't really fit in there. I ended up just doing a lot of stuff on my own anyway, and because I commuted, I didn't really do the whole nightlife thing because of where I lived, geographical things. It was just, yeah, a whole load of things came into it, but I feel like I've got nothing to lose, and this new start could be the biggest blessing to happen for me, and I'm really excited. And it means that instead of doing 4 years of university education, I'm only doing 3 now. This has been going on for months. I didn't tell anyone in case you know, my old uni were going to let me go to final year and it wouldn't really make much difference, and in case the transfer fell through with York and everything. And yeah, I'm going up there. So a new uni adventure, a new start, new city, a new lifestyle for sure. I'm going to be up and down on trains a lot for the next few months, but luckily that doesn't bother me and I can just use the time wisely to get stuff done. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think a new start will be just what I need with everything else that's happened in 2020. I just think, you know what, bring it on. Like, so much other shit's happened, like, let's just add a new start into the mix. And that'll dictate how much time I have for social media as well, because I'm going to be a final year, which means the big dissertation, like, oh, holy shit, I can't believe I'm even saying that. Like, I'm going to have to do a dissertation, and ooh, like, any other students out there, like, help, because I ain't got a clue. But anyway, yeah, third year might be stressful. I think it probably will be stressful. And it might dictate how much time I actually have to do social media, because I'm obviously going to have to put everything into this last year to try and get a reasonably good degree grade at the end of it. So yeah, that's probably the biggest change that's been going on for a little while, and I've kept it a big secret, but it's out there now and you all know about it. So yeah, hopefully that didn't take too long to do. I know there was a lot there to digest, and I had a lot to say and a lot to tell you all. But yeah, that's why I haven't been on YouTube and I haven't been online as much in the last couple of months, because all this has been going on behind the scenes, offline, off camera, in my personal life, and it's been a lot to deal with. It's been so stressful, like you wouldn't believe. It's out there now and you all know about it, and I feel so much better now I've done this little life update video and that you're all in the loop as to what's going to be happening and what's going on. Thank you for watching. If you got this far, guys, I really appreciate it so much. I'm not going to do the usual drill like I normally do in my videos, but if you feel like it, stick a thumbs up. It doesn't really matter. This isn't like a normal video. This is just an update really from me to you. But yeah, come chat to me in the comments. Like I said, if you've got any questions about my puppy, leave them in the comments and I will try and include them in that video soon when I get around to filming it. I also made an Instagram account for him. It's at Theo the Cavapoo Puppy. I'll link it in the description box for you. I am posting on it somewhat, just cute pictures of him that I take. If you want to go follow that, feel free. There's absolutely no pressure, but if you want to, you know, see what he looks like and see his adventures, then that's the best place to do it. Also, I'll put my Instagram on the screen at the bottom here, because I'm on Instagram the most, even though I am going to try and get back into YouTube because I have missed it. It does take up a lot of time, but I have missed making videos. So I am going to try and get back into it somewhat, but there's going to be absolutely no schedule. It's kind of just going to be an as and when I feel like it and as and when I have time kind of thing. But if you want to subscribe, I would absolutely love it. So yeah, hit that subscribe button and turn the bell on for notifications if you want to. It would mean the world to me if you stuck around in this little online community that we've got going on. But yeah, that's my life update. But yeah, thank you for watching me ramble. I really appreciate it if you got this far. Let's get back into it, I guess, now that you all know what's going on. But yeah, I really appreciate it if you got this far. Thank you for watching. I love you all loads, and I will see you all soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.